happening there? What is the government? How much money has been spent at this Konza city? So we are given an approximate of 1.5 trillion that's going to be spent by the time that is going to be finalized.
It's a journey that we started way back in 2014, of course through the Vision 2030 concept, and it's a journey that we've progressed from 2014 all the way now, and every day we are excited to be in the Technopolis because we are able to see the progress that is being made every day, and today is just to welcome you, and we'll be taking through the master plan and the concept that is of Konza Technopolis. At the end of the day, we'll take you through the progress of the projects that have been done over the years, so that all of us can understand that the journey to building a city must start from somewhere, and it's one day at a time until we reach the Vision 2030, which we believe that we'll be able to achieve. And by that time, is the ultimate goal within which we'll be able to achieve the investment in this Technopolis. As you'll be going around, we can enumerate the projects that have been put in through government support, development partners, and also investors. We'll be able to enumerate them as we go through them, and you can actually speak to a figure up to about 100 billion that has been put in the Technopolis through the infrastructure that has been done, and also through the various vertical development that have happened. But remember, Konza Technopolis being a special economic zone, we are an investment destination. So the idea is the government provides the enabling environment within which the private sector will be able to provide the investment through vertical development. And as you'll be seeing as we go around, we are ready for vertical infrastructure, basically ensuring that we attract the right investors to come in, and of course we'll be able to achieve the 1.5 trillion that is the target for the Technopolis, and thereby contribute 2% to the GDP. Thank you.
And we are calling upon the KMPDU to really find an amicable way to resolve whatever issues that they are having with regards to to the intern doctors and the employment and all of their grievances, so that we don't have them all of the time in the streets of Nairobi, thereby disrupting businesses. I know they are making a lot of noise. When you look at them down from my office at KICC, you find it's a small group of people carrying placards. I don't think we need our doctors to be demonstrators. They need to be back and helping Kenyans to get good health using digital services like the ones that Konza has been able to prepare for government. So Wakenya wenzangu, tumekuja hapa kwa sababu tunataka kuonyesha kwamba sisi kama Wakenya tuko kipaumbele kuhakikisha tunatumia teknolojia ili kusawazisha utendakazi wa serikali na kutafuta nafasi za ajira kwa vijana wetu. Na ndipo tumekuja hapa katika mji huu wa Konza ili tuweze kupiga msasa yale maendeleo ambayo yanafanyika hapa, kwa sababu huu mji uko na ekari zaidi ya 5,000 ambao utaweza kutumika kufanyia mambo mengi tu na kusaidia Wakenya wengi kupata njia mbadala za kuweza kujikimu kimaisha. Na niko na mwenzangu ambaye ni afisa mkuu mtendaji wa hapa ambaye anaitwa Daktari Okwiri, ambaye tumesoma na yeye katika chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta, na pia Daktari Josephine Mbuki ambaye ni mkuu wa masuala ya biashara na maendeleo hapa, na tutakuwa tukizuru ili kuonyesha ni kipi ambacho tunachokifanya hapa. Wakenya wengi hawajui kwamba kuna teknolojia kabambe ambazo ziko hapa. Kwa mfano, kuna chuo kikuu cha KAIST ambacho kinaweza kutumika, na hapa tunataka kuwa kama kule kunaitwa Silicon Savannah, yaani hapa ndo kusema hapa ndo utaweza kupata ule uhondo halisi, na kama uko na pengine jawabu ama suluhu kwamba tunawafaidi kutokana na mfumo huu mpya wa AI, ndiposa tusiachwe nyuma, kwa sababu sisi ndo ambao tunaweza kusaidia ulimwengu kupata teknolojia ya pesa. Pia ikumbuke kwamba wawekezaji wengi zaidi wamekuja katika Kenya, ambapo uliopita wakawekeza zaidi ya dola milioni 850, zaidi ya vile ambavyo wamewekeza kule Nigeria na Afrika Kusini na nchi zingine ambazo pengine zinakutajika. Kwa hiyo tuna mwanya mzuri sana hivi. Unaona kwamba watu kama ni vijana wanapata ajira kupitia kazi za online za kidijitali, na hilo litaendelea kufanyika. Pia kulingana na tarakimu rasmi za serikali, utakuta kwamba kupitia mradi wa Tujitume, watu zaidi ya 500 vijana wameweza kufundishwa vile ambavyo wataweza kufaidi kutokana na hili jambo. Na pia kuna asasi nyingi za kiserikali zikiwepo mazahanati na hospitali zaidi ya 57 ambazo zimeweza kupatiwa internet. Sasa hivi wanaweza kufanya kwamba rekodi zao zisikuwe zinabebwa kwa makaratasi, na hilo litasaidia zaidi, kwa sababu unakuta watu wengi wamebeba bahasha kubwa, wakati mwingine hata bahasha hizo zinapotea, rekodi hazipo, na wakati mwingine hata kuna mambo ya mgogoro na kadongo, mambo ya ufisadi ambayo yameleta ukitimba katika utendakazi wa nchi yetu ya Kenya. Kwa hiyo nashukuru kwa sababu tupo hapa, na tuseme kwa umoja kwamba tutaendelea kusisitizia kwamba wale ambao ni wadhamini wetu ambao ni Wakenya wa kawaida wangependa kuwa na utendakazi mzuri ambao utafanyika katika nchi hii yetu, na ili waweze kufaidi kutokana na yale maoni waliotupatia wakati tulikuwa tunatengeneza ruwaza ya the better plan. Pili ni kwamba kweli tumeanza kuwa na mabadiliko makubwa tu ambayo wengine wakosoaji wetu wanaweza kusema kwamba hayapo, lakini yapo. Kenya imetulia, bei ya maisha imerudi chini, inaendelea kugharimikia hivi, na pia tunaona kwamba kama kwa mfano ile mikakati ambayo iliwekwa na serikali hapo awali imeanza kuzaa. Tuwe watu ambao ni watu ambao wako na utaifa, watu ambao wanaienzi nchi yao, kwa sababu Kenya haitofaulu pasipokuwa na sisi wenyewe kuwa na umoja na mshikamano, na muhimu zaidi uzalendo, kwa sababu hilo ndio jambo ambalo litafanya kwamba usiangalie nani ambaye yuko karibu na wewe wakati unafanya hilo. Kuna pengine unataka kufanya jambo fulani, utajua kwamba unaijenga nchi yako kwa kizazi ambacho kipo sasa hivi na vizazi vijavyo vya siku za usoni. Niseme kwamba tutakuwa na mikakati hii, kila wiki tunaangazia swala ibuka fulani na pia masuala mengine ya kitaifa, na tutakuwa pia tukizuru maeneo tofauti.
Konza City.
We also know that last year we graduated 1.4 million Kenyans in their high school education, Form 4. And also, 83% of the global workforce has hybrid elements. So we are starting to look at a digital world that is driven by hybrid to digital workers globally. And so looking at those facts, when we come back to the foundations for developing Africa's Silicon Savannah. And this goes back to 2008, when the Vision 2030 was developed, and we were aspiring as Kenya to be a middle-income industrializing economy and contributing to the growth of our country in an economic perspective. And so Konza is one of the key projects under Vision 2030 that is aimed to transform the country into a middle-income industrializing economy and contributing at least 2% of the country's GDP. Now, over time, we have aspired to align to the ongoing government priorities, and currently we are very well entrenched in a plan which is focusing on improving livelihoods and the welfare of Kenyans. We are also working towards the Sustainable Development Goals and contributing to Africa Agenda 2063. We are around 1 hour, 15 minutes from Nairobi, around 60 kilometers away from the CBD. And this investment is looking to develop a city that hosts 240,000 residents during the day, and 180 of them living and working at Konza. And that means the new way of developing cities where there is live, work, and play environments. So far in this development, we have engaged at least 3,000 Kenyans and 50,000 families have benefited from the work that is going on here. We are also have worked with the 3 counties adjacent to Konza to develop what we are calling the planning area, the buffer area, 10 kilometers around Konza Technopolis, to ensure that as the Technopolis develops as a smart city, the area around it is also developing in tandem. And so our vision as Konza is to develop into a leading global Technopolis and innovation hub. And we want to be a sustainable, thriving, smart city and a vibrant innovation ecosystem that will contribute to Kenya's GDP, or the Kenya's knowledge-based economy. To do this, 3 priority focus areas have been identified. One is IT and IT-enabled services. We have the life sciences and engineering. And what you will find at Konza, and what is already now starting to happen, is robust R&D, a high quality of education, and of course commercialization of innovation and enterprise development. And so you may ask, so how have you been doing over this since 2008? What has happened? So Konza has had 3 phases. One was the planning phase, or the inception phase. About 5 years, between 2009 to 2014, where the government undertook feasibility studies, benchmarking, and also policy to drive this city. The official groundbreaking of our city started in 2014. So basically that's the time all the construction work started, and we call that the foundation stage. Today you can see up to 90%, 95% of phase 1 development is complete, and you're starting to see a lot of key projects, what we call vertical developments, or the city going up and going out. And now we are in the 3rd phase, which we call the acceleration phase. And in this phase, you will see the city taking shape, taking it a life of its own. We currently, in this building, are fully let. So we need another building to let, because we have a lot of businesses that are now ready to operationalize and work from Konza, and we are in that space of onboarding investors, onboarding businesses, and getting the work to happen at Konza Technopolis. Now, as I said, 85% of phase 1, all the areas you see are committed to investors. And in fact, right now, we are looking to facilitate at least 7 projects to start. And 7, we are talking about buildings, new infrastructure projects within this financial year. 95% of phase 1 of what we call the foundational infrastructure, or the city below, is done. And we are now moving to the 2nd phase of the city for its development. Over 3,000 workers have been engaged, and at least 50 million is injected in salaries to workers at the Technopolis. And when we talk about government support, Konza as a project has enjoyed a good government reforms, all 47 counties. And you'll be able to see how this is going to happen. We've talked about our master plan, fully approved. So every space of the 5,000 acre is designed to 3D level. So we see how the horizontal would look and how high even the buildings would look. So this is the best class of architectural and city planning that we have put in place at Konza. And as we said, the green spaces all taken, 85%, and facilitating to develop these projects. So from where we started, now we are starting to see evidence of a smart city with walkable spaces, with clean energy solutions, and also interplaying that with the beautiful savanna grasslands comprising the wildlife corridor, the resort, and the entertainment areas. And so at Konza already we have best-in-class infrastructure, from water system, wastewater system, energy utility systems, ICT connectivity, all set aside and ready for investments. And additionally, we are leading in frontier technologies, including hosting the first drone zone in the country, and that is certified by the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. Now, this is helping us to advance R&D within the emerging tech unmanned vehicles. In fact, we are talking about drone taxis. Can we be the first city in Africa to advance drone taxis as a region? And then we are also connecting the road infrastructure, the rail infrastructure, supporting water projects such as Twake Dam that are all critical for the success of Konza Technopolis. We are also championing green energy, and we want to be a city that becomes the best energy zone in the region. And when we talk about this, we're talking about solar, harnessing our hydro energy, harnessing our geothermal, and into an interplayed smart grid system. And as we speak right now, we are working with some experts from the Korea to design a smart grid for Konza Technopolis and a project called the EIPP. We also have the National Data Center that is powering the Konza Cloud. Now this is what is going to unlock the Silicon Savannah. The Konza Cloud is a fantastic top of the range data center that is positioned as the first.
I hope you've enjoyed the tour.
It will be clean water, lakini we are not ready, like sisi kama Africans hatuwezi accept kunywa maji unajua imekuwa reclaimed, but it's basically it will be safe water for drinking. Tunarudisha maji and the water from hapa itakuwa inatumika for two purposes. Ya kwanza itakuwa inatumika for greening, irrigation.